I mean, I can't put myself in that bracket. You know, you're talking about Mr. Arsenal here. But for me...
But you speak like that about
I don't like
Arsenal's
Tottenham.
rival, yeah.
They don't like me. We don't like them. And that's about it. It's just, but we're talking about sport here. There's nothing, I have a lot of Tottenham friends, but when the game is on.
What they did well today was they took advantage of the opportunities that they had. They could have scored one or two more.
Yeah.
As Luke Hoare, he said there, we know we're going to get chances, and we will get chances on the break. That's what they did really, really well today. They took those opportunities, created chances out of that. But it was two set pieces, and it's two set pieces with absolute lack of concentration from Man United. And from that perspective, that's what disappoints me the most, because once you go behind, you give so much energy to hold. Then you go further behind, I mean, and take it to half-time.
Peter, why don't you take us through the first goal so we have more of a picture of what you're talking about?
Yeah, I always did this at half-time. I talked about the lack of concentration. And we see, I mean, you can never let anybody be. But I picked on Doku. I mean, it could have been anything. The lack of, he's looking away at the moment the corner kick is being taken, and that allows the run through. Then Heaven, I mean, he allows McBurney to go behind him and even have a shot. He should never allow that. He should just stay with him, and then put so much pressure on him. So if he eventually gets to the ball, he will not be able to hit the target. And that is a disappointment that, you know, once all of that happens, nobody in a white shirt reacts. Now, I picked on Luke Shaw. Just have a look at Luke Shaw here. Luke Shaw is 2 yards behind everybody else, playing everybody onside. Yeah, he shouldn't be there. He fell for the dummy. He should have stayed up, and if he'd stayed up there, he would either be offside or it would have gone out for a throw-in. You see that ball would have gone, for a goal kick. That would have carried on straight away. But because Luke Shaw was there, obviously he's then onside. And that's a disappointment for me, that an experienced team like that makes those kind of mistakes. And you can argue, you know, it's the first day and, you know, that. No, you don't make those mistakes. And then the second disappointment is, of course, that there was very, very little to shoot with afterwards, even though he made the substitution. Rashford came on.
Yeah, he looked sharp, Rashford, when he came on. But I think, as Peter's talking about there, for the goals for Hull, far too easy. I mean, Regan Slater puts a really good ball in for that second one. But I think that would be the disappointing thing if you're connected to Manchester United, is that Hull didn't have to work that hard to get the goals. It was just two simple set plays that they don't deal with. But, again, from Hull's perspective, fantastic. From Manchester United, and certainly Michael Carrick, I just wonder if maybe he's looking at the team selection at the start and going, I maybe got one or two decisions wrong today.
Let's get post-match reactions from a Manchester United perspective. Here is their captain, Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno, not the start that United wanted for this season. What happened out there today?
Oh, same mistakes as we did last season, every away game. We give too much of the ball to them. I think they have, in the beginning of the game, first 20 minutes, probably the goalkeeper was the one that had more touches on the ball, too much time. I think we need to press a little bit more. We need to be a little bit more aggressive, and then again, set plays. We need to work on it, to be more aggressive and try to not concede this type of goals. Obviously, against teams like this, they're waiting for that moment.
Yeah. Does it make it more frustrating that both of their goals came from set pieces? Did they feel like they could have been avoided?
No, of course, because we knew before the game, we knew that that would be a big part of their game. They played the full pre-season with a back four. They went against us with a back five, also to have some height, also for these moments, because they knew they could get a chance from it, and obviously defending well our set pieces, what they did. The most frustrating thing is that we lost the game. That's it.
Hull came out so determined. Does that show how tricky it can be coming up against a newly promoted side in these games?
No, we knew. If someone didn't know, it's very surprising, because we know in the Premier League this type of away grounds are very difficult to play against, and you need to match everything in levels of intensity and aggression and everything. We had that, a part of that, 2 free kicks, the 2 set pieces, but end up costing us the game.
A lot, as you know, will always be said whenever Manchester United lose a game, particularly when it's right at the start of the season. What do you say to the Manchester United fans after what they've seen today, and what can they expect to see moving forward?
No, I understand the frustration. Obviously, every season that starts, we want to compete and we want to go as forward as we can, winning every game. But we need them on our side, like we did last season. We need them to believe in us. But obviously, we know that we need more also from ourselves.
Bruno Fernandes just mentioning there that Manchester United made the same mistakes as they did last season away from home. Only won 7 in 19 on the road last time out. You think they have to do some figuring out in the midfield?
Yeah, I do think. I think today I felt there was a little bit of an imbalance between Yuri Tielemans, Andrew Santos, and Bruno. Bruno, for many years, has been the guy they gave the ball to, the guy that created everything. He beat the assist record last season. All of that has been Bruno, but now he's got another 2 players who can do that as well. So that's a question of time. They get to play more games and have more game time together. That will probably sort itself out. But I think he nailed it in everything he said there. The disappointment, how they conceded the goals, what they need to do more. And the good thing is, all those mistakes and all this sort of, I don't know, low intensity and not really being there, all that happened in the first game. And you never win the Premier League in the first game, but you most certainly never lose it either. You don't get relegated. So there are plenty of time for Michael Carrick to work on things. And sometimes it's quite good, in a way, that you see all your problems in one goal. Then you know what you have to work with. But the performances, individual performances need to be better, and those players need to learn that very quickly. So the coach can do whatever he wants. If the players are not open for change, then it's completely impossible, really.
You're questioning the intensity. Is that something you agree with, especially going forward for United?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they had opportunities. You'd have to say a couple of half chances, probably in Brahim, who had the best opportunity going forward. But there's certainly something for Michael Carrick to think about, certainly in the middle of the park, in terms of how they kind of the counter press as well, how they go forward with the ball, but also when they turn over possession, can they get back? Because I almost felt like Manchester United today at times, they had a lot of the ball. I think they had over 70% possession, but every single time the ball turned over to Hull, they were getting in behind Manchester United and causing them problems. So I think, again, as Peter said there, you don't want to go over the top and get carried away about the performance, but I think it's a bit of a reality check, because second half of last season under Michael Carrick, they were fantastic, 1 game a week. Everyone expected that to continue. And game 1, you get beat by Hull. So, yeah, they've got to improve for sure.
You mentioned that Mbeumo chance. I mean, you would assume someone like him would have to score, especially with United 2 goals down. What do you think he should have done there? Yeah,
it's a difficult one because it's on his weaker foot as well, and it's a great pass from Cunha. I mean, he puts him through and he's away, but he doesn't do anything with the ball. So the ball's in front of him and he takes the first touch and he keeps it straight. He doesn't move it off the angle or anything. So by the time he hits it, it's too close to his body, can't really create an angle, and the keeper makes a comfortable save in the end, but it was a good opportunity for him.
You would have hoped for today. What did you make of your team's performance?
Yeah, some was okay. Obviously, bits to improve on. It was never going to be perfect today, but I think, going behind and giving ourselves a lot to do makes it more difficult. Probably a typical one of those games with a new promoted team at home. We can't give them much. They've got a lot to hold on to, and then after that we had moments, we had opportunities, we just didn't have that spark to then put the chances away or create any more. So yeah, listen, we're bitterly disappointed with the result today, but it won't knock us.
Yeah, what are those areas particularly that you think you need to work on after this?
I'm not going into areas now. I think it's for us to know, and we'll keep improving through the week and through the games, and when we keep getting stronger as a group. So that'll come. Today's a game we can't ignore it. We've got a lot to learn from it, and we will.
How frustrating is it to see 2 goals conceded from set pieces?
2 goals conceded anyways is frustrating. Yeah, for sure, set plays. So we've been pretty good at it really over a period of time, and that was that decided the game today. So of course, there's things to improve on. That's one of them from today, which is pretty obvious to say, but in general we've been pretty good. So again, one game doesn't change the whole direction of everything. And we know that, but we still got to be aware of what we need to get better at.
What's the job like now then to ensure that a result like this isn't deflating both for the group and for the fans?
That's one game, you know. It's one game. It's the first game of the season, so it's disappointing enough, and it hurts. Of course, it does. But it's one game, so it doesn't change direction all of a sudden. The whole course of what direction the team's going in or the football club, and we'll stay calm and stay in the bubble and focus on next week.
Something that the fans are excited about, I'm sure, is that there are reports that a deal has been agreed for Manchester United to sign Carlos Baleba and that he was having his medical done today. Can you confirm that?
I had all eyes on this today, so any other player of any other club until he's ours, it's not for me to comment on that. If there's anything to be announced on any player, then I'm sure you'll be the first to know.
Thank you very much, Michael.
Cheers, thanks a lot.
Thank you.